we will learn a new technique called Queen-McCluskey minimization technique or tabular method in digital system design subject. So this is the technique which is used again to reduce the Boolean expression. So let us solve some problems on this technique now. Today we learn a new concept in digital system design in module 1 and this is the last topic what we have in the syllabus. So this is Queen-McCluskey method, which is also called as tabular method. So we'll be trying to use this Queen-McCluskey method and we'll be trying to reduce the Boolean expression how we did in K-map reduction technique. But the main reason why we are using this Queen-McCluskey method, or it is also called as tabular method. So this is also called as tabular method, whatever you can see the name. So the main reason for using this method is, the first thing is to overcome the drawbacks that we face in the K-map reduction techniques. So drawbacks that we have in K-map reduction techniques. So we do have drawbacks in K-map reduction techniques. Now what is the drawback is when the number of variables increases, the complexity of K-map increases. Now if we have 2 variable K-map, it's fine. 3 variable, it's fine. 4 variable, it's fine. But if the variable keeps on increasing like 5, 6 variables, so drawing the K-map and using the K-map for 5, 6, 7, 8 and all, the graph that we draw for drawing the K-map, the manual calculation increases. So the complexity of grouping again becomes very complicated when we have more more variables as an input. So for reducing that complexity, we go with this Queen-McCluskey method. So normally K-map is actually a graphical type of method. So we call it as graphical method. Graphical method, whereas Queen-McCluskey is called as tabular method. Okay. So now the second reason is why do we use this tabular method is, the second reason is it can easily be programmed in the computer. Okay, it can be easily programmed in the computer. That is the main reason why Queen-McCluskey method is being used. Okay, even in Queen-McCluskey method we try to see some complications while solving, but still this can be programmed by writing some algorithms for this and then programming it. And you can use this particular algorithm or program which you can run in the computer to reduce the Boolean expression. So Queen-McCluskey method has given a mathematical implementation of the reduction of Boolean expressions than what we had in K-map, which is a graphical method. Okay, so these are the two main reasons why we normally go with Queen-McCluskey method. Now we'll try to look into a problem which we are going to solve now. Let us solve the problem and let us see how do we get the answer, same answer even in using K-map. So first we'll solve it using Queen-McCluskey method. Then let us implement that using K-map. You'll come to know what is the benefit of Queen-McCluskey method. Okay. So now we have the first problem. So here f of p comma q comma r comma s equals summation m of 0 comma 2 comma 5 comma 7 comma 8 comma 10 comma 13 comma 15. So normally in Queen-McCluskey you normally get minterms. Okay, you normally get minterm expression. Maximum is not given, will not be given. Normally you see the minterm expression in Queen-McCluskey method. Okay, so let us go step by step. So before solving this problem, we need to know two concepts here. One is prime implicants, and then the other one is essential prime implicants. So we need to know these two things. One is prime implicants, the other one is essential prime implicants. Now what is implicants is nothing but the number of ones. Okay, so implicants, the meaning of implicants is nothing but group of ones, what we have in K-map or in any Queen-McCluskey or anything that we take. So we have already seen implicants or prime implicants in the K-map. Whereas in Queen-McCluskey, we'll try to see what is essential prime implicants. Okay, so what is prime implicants is the largest group of ones is nothing but the largest group of ones is nothing but prime implicants. So there in K-map we have already seen what is largest group of ones. So we do grouping in K-map where the largest group of ones that we do see is called as prime implicants. Now coming to the essential prime implicants is nothing but, so it is essential prime implicant where the prime implicant, so essential is nothing but the prime implicants that has at least one min term, okay, one min term that cannot be combined, that cannot be combined in any other way, means you can't group it, that is what, in any other way. So you can't group it. So at least we will have one min term in any K-map. If that min term cannot be grouped, then that particular bit what you can't group is actually essential prime implicants. Okay, that particular min term will come into essential prime implicants. Okay, so these two concepts is very important for you to use in Quine-Mikulski method. Okay, now coming to the problem, let us see the problem. Now in Quine-Mikulski method, we have various steps that we use to solve to reduce the expression. So the first step what we have here is, the first step what we have in Quine-Mikulski method is step 1, which is, we have step 1, so which is let us take the binary, values or equivalent of, let us take the binary equivalent or values of the above min terms, that is the first step we do. So what are the min terms that we have? These are the min terms which is given in the question, 0, 2, 5, 7, 8, 10, 13, 15. So we'll write the in binary now, 0, 2, 5, 7, 8, 10, and then 13, and then 15, sorry, and then 15. So what is the binary value of 0? It is 0, 0, 0, 0. See, this is a 4 variable reduction which we are doing. Therefore, we get 4 bits to represent 0. Similarly, 2 is 0, 0, 1, 0. 5 is 0, 1, 0, 1. 7 is 0, 1, 1, 1. 8 is 1, 0, 0, 0. 10 is 1, 0, 1, 0. 13 is 1, 1, 0, 1. And 15 is all ones. Okay, so this is the first step that we use in solving the problem. So the first step is this. Okay, so we'll take the binary equivalent of the above min terms. Now the second step is, so I'll just write here, step 2. Step 2 is make a table with min terms according to number of ones, according to the number of ones. So what is that? I'll just explain you here. So we'll have group is the first column, then we'll have min terms, second column, then we'll have A, B, C, D. Okay, so here so we'll group this binary sequence will group in such a way that how it is differentiated with 1 bit, 2 bit, 2 ones, 3 ones, and 4 ones. So we'll separate the binary sequence with number of ones present in this particular binary values. Okay. Now group 0 will have the min term m0 where all bits are zeros. Okay, this will be the first group. This will be the first group. Okay, then next group is group 1, where you see only one bits present in all compared to all 4 bits. So we have M2 which has 1 bit, then we have M8 which has 1 bit. So we have M2 and M8, only two minterms you can see which has 1 bit. Okay, which has 1 bit. So 2 is 0 0. So 2 is 0 0 1 0. So 2 is 0 0 1 0. 8 is 1 0 0 0. See, we have only one ones here. We also have only one 1 in this particular binary sequence. Now group 2 will be 2-bit sequence. So we have M5 and we have M10. So M5 and M10. M5 is we have 0 1 0 1 and M10 is 1 0 1 0. So we have only 2-bit sequences here. So this will be my group 2. Group 3 now, which will be 3-bit sequences, 3 ones. Okay, so for that we will have M7 and M13. So 7 is 0 1 1 1 and 13 is 1 1 0 1. Then the final group, which is group 4, is where you have M15 which is left out, where all ones. Okay, so this is our step 2 which we normally use. So step 2 which we normally use to make a table with minterms according to the number of ones present in the bit sequence of the given minterms. So here we have all zeros, so that comes under group 1, then group 0. Then we have group 1 where you have M2 and M8 minterms which has only one ones in its binary sequence. So we group that two values here. Then we have M5 and M10 which has only two ones in its binary sequence. We group that as group 2. Then we'll take group 3 which has three ones in binary sequence. Then we'll have group 4 which has all ones in binary sequence. Now let us go to step 3. So the step 3 is so the next step what we have here is we are going to construct a table. We are going to construct a table. We are going to construct a table comparing. We are going to construct a table comparing groups minterms which are group minterms which are with 1 bit difference, or we also call this as matched pairs. So we'll be finding out what is matched pairs here. Okay, I'll tell you how to do that. So now in this step 3 we'll get group, then we'll have matched pairs or matched minterms also you can say, matched minterms. Then we'll have A, B, C, D. Okay. Now we'll see how to get the matched minterms. So what we do here is we compare group 0 with group 1. And we see the bit position where the bits are different, and we should see only one bit difference, not more than 1 bit difference. So if you see M0 and M2, you see M0 is 0 0 0 0 and M2 is 0 0 1 0. So you can see only 1 bit difference here. Therefore, the matched pair here is in group 0 now. This is group 0. So the matched pair here is M0 and M2, where we will now write this as 0 0 underscore 0. So we'll use this underscore or dash to represent the bit difference. Okay, to represent this bit difference. So here M0 and M2 you can see here
It is 0, 0, 0, 1, 0, 0, 1, 0. Therefore, third bit is the difference what you can see. Therefore, that will be considered as dash. So whenever we use this dash, it means that that variable in the expression is getting eliminated or reduced. Okay, we will see that. I think when at the end you will come to know this. Now, second matched pair can be M0 and M0 and M8. Right, M0 and M8. If you go back and see M0 and M8, M0 is compared with M8. So 0, 0, 0, 0, 1, 0, 0, 0. Therefore, the first bit is what the difference you can see here. Therefore, the first bit difference is what you can see here. So it is dash 0, 0, 0. Okay, now this is your, now group 0 cannot be compared with group 2. I'll tell you why. Because we have already arranged these bit sequences with the number of bits that we have in every group, right? Group 0 will have no ones, group 1 will have only one ones. Now if you compare this group 0 with group 2, where group 2 will have 2 bits as ones. Therefore, you can easily say that group 0 need not to be compared with group 2 because you have 2 bit difference. See, all zeros, whereas 2 bit ones, you will get 2 bit difference. Similarly, here in M10, all zeros, so you have 2 bit difference. Therefore, you will never group 0 with 2 or 1 with 3 or 2 with 4. So the grouping will always be done with in this way. 0 group will be compared with 1. Then group 1 will be compared with 2. Then group 2 will be compared with 3. Then group 3 will be compared with 4. That is the flow which you need to keep in mind. Sorry. Now the reason here is we have already arranged the bit sequence with the number of ones present in that particular binary sequence. So if you take group 2 and group 4, why we need not compare group 2, group 4 to find out the matched pairs here is, see, we have 2 ones here. Sorry, we have 2 ones here. We have in group 4 we have 4 ones. 2 ones, 4 ones. It means that already 2 bit position you have difference. So when you finding out matched pairs, see through that you will have only 1 bit difference. That is what the step 3 says. So I can group 0 with first group 0 with group 1, where I got only 2 matched pairs, which is M0 to M0 and M2, M0 and M8. Now coming to group 1 here, group 1. So let us see what we get in group 1. Now M2 is compared with M5. M2 is compared with M5. Can we do that? See 0, 0, 1, 0, 0, 1, 0, 1. So 0, 1, 1, 0, 0. So you have 3 bit difference between M2 and M5. So therefore M2 and M5 cannot be matched. M2 and M10 if we see 0, 0, 1, 0, 1, 0, 1, 0. Therefore 0, 1, 0, 0, 1, 0. Only the first bit position is different. Therefore I can group M2 with M10. So I'll write here M2 comma M10. Okay, so I'll get the first bit sequence is the difference what we have, dash 0, 1, 0. Now similarly, I should see whether M8 and M5 can be grouped. So M8 and M5, again we have 2 bit differences here, 3 bit differences here between M8 and M5, so they cannot be matched. Now M8 is matched with M10. So 1, 0, 0, 0, 1, 0, 1, 0. So therefore, so 1 and 1, 0 and 0, 0 and 1, 0 and 0. Therefore, we have third bit difference. Therefore, M8 and M10 can be grouped now. So therefore, M8 and M10, that will give me 1, 0, dash 0. Okay. I hope further comparison in group 1 and group 2 is not possible. Therefore, this is the group 1 in this particular table. Now coming to group 3, group 2 in this table. Now what you will do? I compared 0 and 1 group, 1 and 2 group. Now my comparison or matching should be done between 2 and 3. So 2 and 3 comparison will give M5 compared with M7 and M5 compared with M13. Similarly, M10 compared with M7 and M10 compared with M13. So now M5 and M7 can be matched because third bit is the position which is difference. You can see 0 and 1, 0, 1, 0, 1, 1, 1. Therefore, only the third bit position has difference. Therefore, M5 and M7. I'll write the entry M5 and M7 matched pairs here. M5 and M7 becomes the matched pair. So therefore it becomes 0, 1 underscore 1. Now, one more thing I wanted to tell you. Whenever you match any minterms here, see through that you put a tick mark for every matched pairs here. Okay, see through that you will tick mark all the matched pairs. So M0 was used to match, M2 also used to match, M8 was also used to match. Similarly, M5 and M7 is again now it is been matched here, M5 and M7 with bit sequence 0, 1 underscore 1. Now, can I match M5 and M13? Let me see. M5 and M13. See 0, 1, 0, 1, 1, 1, 0, 1. Therefore, first bit position difference. Therefore, I can match M5 and M13. So, it is M5 and M13 can be matched. So, what will I get? Dash 1, 0, 1 because it is difference is in the first bit position. Okay. So, I hope I have matched, I have grouped or I have matched both M5 and M7 and M5 and M13. Now let me see, can I match M10 with M7 and M10 with M13? So 1 0 1 0 0 1 1 1. So we have 3 bit difference here, so it is not possible. Coming to 10 and 13, we have 1 0 1 0 1 1 0 1. So we have 1 2 3 bit difference. So M10 cannot be matched with M7 and M13. Therefore, now M13 is been used for grouping, so I'll tick this. I'll tick M10. Now M10, I will tick M13, sorry. M10 is not ticked now because it is not still used for grouping. But anyway, M2 is grouped with M10. Therefore, I can even tick M10 because it is already used for matching. Now this tick says, whenever you tick for any minterms, it says that that minterm is not an essential prime implicant. Okay, whenever you put tick mark for the minterms, then that particular sense the tick mark says that that is not an essential prime implicant. At the end, whichever the implicants, prime implicants which you can't tick, which you are not going to tick, that will become an essential prime implicant. Keep this in mind. Okay, now next grouping. So the next grouping is group 3. Now group 3 is what? I have compared 2 and 3. My job is to compare 3 and 4 now. M7 is compared with M15. See, M7 and M15 can be matched because 0, 1, 1, 1 all ones. Therefore, it is dash 1, 1, 1. So therefore, M7 and M15 can be matched. Therefore, we will get what? Dash 1, 1, 1. Similarly, we can match M13 and M15. M13 and M15 will get 1, 1, dash 1. So, can we see that M13 and M15? See, 1, 1, 0, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. So, 0, 1. This is the only bit difference what you have. All three others are 1s. Therefore, I can say that it is 1, 1 underscore or dash 1. So, further grouping is not required because 15 cannot be grouped with any other minterms. You don't have any other minterms. So, M15 is last. Now M15 is used here for matching, therefore I am going to tick M15. Therefore, in this table, by getting this table, we found that in this table we don't have any essential prime implicants. Okay, we don't have any essential prime implicants in the first table. Now we are going to construct the next step with next table. So we'll repeat step 3 again with this table now. We'll repeat the step 3 again with this table. So that is what step 4 is. Step 4 is repeat step 3 for the second obtained table. Second obtained table. So again we'll make a table here. So we'll write group, then we'll write matched pairs. We'll write matched pairs. Then we'll write A, B, C, D. Okay, so we'll make a table. Okay, now group 0. So what is group 0 now? Matching here. Now group 0 is nothing but comparing the second table group 0 with group 1. Okay, now M0 M2 compared with M2 M10. 0 0 underscore 0 underscore 0 1 0. See, there is a bit difference here because here we have dash and 0 and 1 and dash. So we have two differences here, so it cannot be matched. Now M0 M2 M8 M10. Let me see whether we can group it. M0 M2 M8 M10. So we have 0 0 underscore 0. We have 1 0 underscore 0. Therefore, first bit is only the difference that you have. Therefore, I can group it. So therefore, what will I get here? M0, M2, M8 and M10. I will get dash 0 dash 0. The reason is we have first bit difference here. 1 and 0, 0 dash 0. All other three are same. So therefore 0 is what we have difference here, 0 and 1. Therefore we write dash 0 dash 0. Now again compare. Now M0 M2 is over. Now I compare M0 M8 with this two now. M0 M8 M2 and M10 dash 0 0 0 dash 0 1 0. Oh, you can group it. See, we have third bit difference. So I can say dash 0 dash 0. So therefore I will say M0 M8 M2 M10. So I will again get dash 0 dash 0. See, can you see here 0 to 8 10 minterms, 0 8 to 10. So they both have the same minterms here but in a different order. Therefore the bit sequences what you write with the eliminated or dash should be same. They both should have same. So this is the first group we have, and then we'll go with the second group. So which is group 1. So now group 1 is comparing group 1 with group 2 in this table. So we can see the M5 M7 and okay, we'll compare M2 M10 with M5 M7. Let us see, is it possible? Dash 0 1 0 0 1 dash 1. No, we have more than one bit difference. Similarly M2 M10 M5 M13 dash 1 0 1 dash 0 1 0. So we have more than one bit difference, so it is not possible. Similarly 8 10 and 5 7 8 10 and 5 7, not possible, we have more than one bit difference. Similarly 8 10 and 5 13, again it is not possible because we have more than one bit difference. Therefore we will tick mark M0 and M2 because we have used for grouping. Again M0 and M8 we have used for matching, and we have matched that with M2 M10 and M8 M10. So we'll tick this also. We have matched it already. Now at present group 1 compared with group 2 we didn't got any matching. Okay, we didn't got any matching. Now let us match 2 and 3 now. M5 M7 is matched with M7 and M15. See, again there is one more thing which I should say. Whenever you match some minterms where you can see same minterm that it is there while matching, those will not match because you will get more than one difference. See, similarly we got M2 here and M2 here. We have seen that these both are not matching. So if you see the same minterm repeated in matched terms, then that will never match. Okay, that will never match. So this is another shortcut method which you can avoid comparing. Okay, avoid comparing when you have both matched terms will have the same minterm repeated. So therefore M5 and M7 and M15 will never get matched. Now let me see M5, M7, M13, M15. So 0 1 underscore 1 1 1 underscore 1. So this can be matched. So therefore I will get an expression here. So here M5 comma M7 comma M13 and comma M15, I will get dash 1 dash 1 because the first bit difference is what we have. Similarly, I will compare M5 with M5 M13 with M7 M15. Yes, we do have only this 2 bit difference. See, 1 0. Okay, this difference is there. All others are same. Therefore, I can say M5 M13, then M7 M15 are matched, and you get the same thing because see, same minterms we have, same minterms we have. So therefore, you should get same. So therefore now I'll tick those which I have used to group or match. Therefore, M5, M7 was been used to match. M5, M13 was also used to match. M7, M15 and M13, M15 is also used to match. Therefore, this table now doesn't contain any essential prime implicant because all minterms are matched here. All minterms are ticked. That is what it is. All minterms are ticked. See, whenever you go to the next table, you will find out whether the prime implicants, essential prime implicants is present in the previous table. That is what the step which we always keep in mind. Now, next step is required, not required because they both will not match. So therefore, we have this is one essential prime implicant and this is the second one which is essential prime implicant. So what is the expression is A with dash means it is eliminated. See, A is this, B is this, C is this, D is this. So A and C is eliminated in this expression. We get B bar, D bar. Similarly, in this expression, A and C is again eliminated. We get B and D. Sorry, we have taken PQRS, right? Okay, I hope I will change it in the question itself because everywhere I have taken ABCD. So this habit we have always taking ABCD for everything. So I'll just change this itself as ABCD. Anyway, it's nothing wrong in having any nomenclature for variables. So I'll just name it as A, B, C, D here. Okay, I'll just change it from PQRS to ABCD because I've used ABCD in all tables. So I'll just name it as ABCD. Okay, so when I name it as ABCD, I'll get B bar, D bar, and this I will get as BD. This I will get as BD. Now, last step is step 5 is step 5. We need to form a table with this essential prime implicants. So for that, I'll write essential prime implicants. Then I'll say minterm involved in that essential prime implicants. Then I list all the minterms which was being given in the question. So I have 0, I have 2, then I have 5 which is given in the question, then I have 7, then I have 8, then I have 10, 13 and then finally 15. Now I'll make a table. So this table you should also construct when you are practicing while watching my video. See, through that you will also work with me so that you will understand the complete knowledge you will gain on this problem. What was the essential prime implicants which we got at the end, which was not ticked here? One is B bar D bar and the other one is BD. Therefore, I'll write here B bar D bar and then I'll write BD. Now, which are the prime, the minterms which are involved with this B bar D bar, which is M0, M2, M8 and then M10. In both the minterms, you have the same minterm list if you can see in both the matched pairs. So for BD it is M5, M7, M13 and okay, M15 and M13 or M13 and M15. Okay. So these are the minterms which are been involved. So what we need to do is in this step, see, this will give you the final reduction. Okay, this will give you the final expression and reduction in the expression. So you are going to cross or you are going to put a cross mark for every minterms which are been involved in this essential prime implicants. So I have 0, so I'll put a cross for 0. Then I have 2, then I have 8, then finally I have 10. So these are the four minterms which are involved in getting this essential prime implicants. Similarly for BD, I have 5, I have 7, I have 15, and I have 13. Okay, now this cross mark you have put only for those midterms which are involved in getting this essential prime implicants. Now my job is to put a circle for those cross in a particular column. We have only single cross in that particular column. For those midterms you put a circle. Now here you have only one cross in this column, therefore I'll put a circle for this. Again I have only one cross in this column. Again I have one cross in this column. Again I have one cross in this column. Again one cross, one cross, one cross, one cross. So I'll start with the single cross which are been rounded, and I'll take vertical and horizontal matching there. So here this is the first cross which I have. I'll just put a matched cross with horizontal and a matched cross with vertical. So therefore if you see whatever the cross which are matched with this particular cross, I'm going to tick that, means that midterm will be covered in the expression. So 0 to 8, 10. Now BD is the first expression which will come in my F, which will come in my, so B bar D bar will come into my expression first, because that is related with this particular cross and that is related with B bar D bar. I will go with the one which is not ticked here. So I will go with this particular cross, which is again a single cross. Now if you go vertical, horizontal and vertical, you can see this will be ticked as this cross is matched with this cross, so this will be ticked. Again this cross is matched and this cross is matched. Therefore my BD is now comes in the expression. So therefore I'll say it is plus BD. So all are ticked here. You see this, all are ticked. All midterms are ticked finally. Therefore, this is the reduced expression whatever we have in this particular problem. Therefore, F equals B x naught D we can say, because B bar D bar plus BD is nothing but B x naught D. Now we'll see this problem where we use Quine-McCluskey method again, or tabular method, to solve this. So now step 1, we'll go directly to step 1 because I have explained already what are the steps involved in the previous problem. So we'll try to solve it. So step 1 is what? Writing the binary sequence. So in this question we have one more thing which I need to tell you, that we have a don't care condition which need to be considered. Okay, so in this problem we have a don't care condition. We will see how to use this don't care condition in Quine-McCluskey method and how to find out the reduced Boolean expression. So we'll consider this don't care while grouping or matching and all. At the end, the last table what we write with the essential prime implicants, there we don't consider this don't care at the end. Okay, so we'll go to the end step and we'll see what to do now. Now let us go with step 1, where in step 1 is it says to write the binary equivalent value of all these midterms which are given in the question. Therefore first midterm is 0, then 3, then 5, then 6, 7, 10, 12, 13, and the don't care what we have is 2, 9, 15. Okay, 0 is 0, 0, 0, 0, 3 is 0, 0, 1, 1, 5 is 0, 1, 0, 1, 6 is 0, 1, 1, 0, 7 is 0, 1, 1, 1, 10 is 1, 0, 1, 0, 12 is 1, 1, 0, 0, 13 is 1, 1, 0, 1, 2 is 0, 0, 1, 0, 9 is 1, 0, 0, 1, 15 is 1, 1, 1, 1. Now what is the next step after writing the binary equivalent values of all these midterms? The step 2 is group it according to the number of ones present in the binary value. So I'll say group, then I'll say midterms, then I'll say ABCD. Okay. So coming to group 0, so always this will have M0 because no ones are there, therefore that becomes group 1. Then group 1, we have 1-bit sequences you should see. So in group 1 we have only M2. So don't care will also be considered as I said you. So 0 0 1 0 we have only M2 in group 1 because we don't have any other binary equivalent values which has only ones in the binary sequence. Then we need to see 2-bit ones in the binary sequence. So we have this is group 2, therefore we have M3 is M5 we have, M6 is also having 2-bit ones. Then what else we have? M6, M9 is there, which is don't care, we will consider that for matching. M10, then we have M12. So that's it. So M3, 5, 6, 9, 10, 12. So 3 is 0 0 1 1, 5 is 0 1 0 1, 6 is 0 1 1 0, 9 is 1 0 0 1, 10 is 1 0 1 0, 12 is 1 1 0 0. Now the next group is group 3 where we have 3 bits difference, where we have 3-bit difference. So therefore in group 3 we have 3-bit difference is M7 is there, then we also have M13 and M7. So M7 is 0 1 1 1, 13 is 1 1 0 1. Okay, so M7 and M13. Finally we have 4th group which has only M15 because that is the only bit binary sequence where we have all ones. So this is what step 2 is. So this is what step 2. This is what step 2, where we group the binary sequences that we have taken in step 1 for each minterms. We group those binary sequences according to the number of ones present in the binary sequence of each minterms. Okay. Now step 3 is what? The next step is, so step 3 is again we'll write group. So now we will see matched pairs in step 2 table, matched pairs or matched minterms, and then we'll see the matched equivalent ABCD binary values. Okay, so now group 0. Now which are the 2 binary sequences that can be matched here? M0 can be matched with M2, right? So M0 comma M2 can be matched, where we'll write 0 0 dash 0. That is the bit which you have difference. Where the dash is there, that says the bit difference. Now that's it. Group 0 can be mapped, matched with group 1. So we have only M2 in group 1, so that is the end of group 0 getting mapped with group 1. Then we'll see group 1, where group 1 of this table is mapped with or matched with group 2. So I can match M2 and M3, so which will give me 0 0 1 dash. Then I can map M2 and M6. M2 and M6 can be mapped. M2 and M5 we will have 3-bit difference. So M2 and M6 we can map it as 0 dash 1 0. So this is the sequence what you get, M2 and M6. Finally M2 M9 cannot be mapped, you get 3-bit difference. M2 and M10 can be mapped, where we get dash 0 1 0 dash 0 1 0. I hope M2 and M2 again it cannot be matched because we have 3-bit differences. Therefore, this is the end of group 1 compared with group 2 in step 2 table. Now group 2 comparing with group 3 will give this group in this particular table. Group 3 will be group 2 compared with group 3. So M3 and M7 is 1 comparing So M3 and M7, when you compare, you get 0 dash 11, 0 dash 11. Similarly, you can see M5 and M7. So I'll just go fast. You can compare it and see. So we'll get 0 1 dash 1. Then we can have M6 and M7, which will get 0 1 1 dash. Then we have M5 and M13, which will give me dash 1 0 1. Then we have M9 and M13, which will give me 1 dash 0 1. Similarly, M12 and M13, which will give me 1 1 0 dash. So last fourth group is what? Fourth group is comparing here group 3 and group 4. Comparing group 3 and group 4. There you can see M7 and M15 will be mapped or matched, which will give me dash 1 1 1 1. Similarly, M13 and M13 and M15 will be mapped, which will give you 1 1 dash 1. Okay. Now we have grouped here, so we'll tick mark whichever we used for grouping. So here M0 was used. See, M0 and M2 are grouped. Okay, tick it. Again M3 is grouped, M6 is grouped, and then M5 is also used here, so M5 should also be ticked. M9 is also used for grouping because M9, M13. M10 is also used. M2, M10 can you see? So therefore M12, yes, M12, M13, therefore M12 is also grouped. M7, M15, therefore M7 is also grouped. M13 is also, M15 is also used. Therefore we don't have any essential prime implicants in this table. Now next, step 4 is now again continuing with the step 3, same as step 3 in step 4. So in step 4 again you will create the same table and find out the matched pairs in step 3 table. Okay, so that is what we do. So I'll write group, then matched pairs, then ABCD. Okay, so now we'll see group 0. So here M0 M2 can be mapped with what? M2 M3. So please check. So definitely M0 M2 cannot be mapped with M2 M3. Similarly, M0 M2 cannot be mapped with M2 and M6 because M2 M2 is repeated. Similarly, M0 and M2 cannot be mapped with M2 and M10. Therefore M0 M2 will not be mapped, and that will behave as a first prime implicant because I am not going to tick it. Now comparing one with the second group. I'm sorry, I hope I made a small mistake here. Here it is. So this is actually group 2 and this is group 3. Okay, now 0 group compared with first group, M0 M2 is nowhere matched with these 3 terms because all has M2 M2 M2, therefore repeated. M2 is again repeating in this minterm, therefore definitely this 3 minterm matched pairs will not match with this matched pair. Okay, therefore this is the first prime implicant, what you can see. First essential prime implicant. Okay, I'll just write it in a different color. So this is the first essential prime implicant. Okay, now coming to M2 M3 mapped with M3 M7. So it is not possible. Now we will have M2 comma M3 getting mapped with M6 and M7. If you see, you will see M6 and M7. You can see M2, M3 mapping with M6 and M7. 0 dash 1 dash 0 dash 1 dash. Similarly, you see M2, M6 mapping with M3 and M7. Can you see M2, M3, M6, M7, M2, M6, M3, M7? All are same, so this value will also be same. So this is one group which you will get comparing 1 with 2. Now comparing 2 with 3, that will give you next group 1, comparing 2 with 3. So I will have M5, comma M7, comma M13 and M15, and that will give me, so M13 and M15, that will give me dash 1 dash 1. Similarly, we have M5, M13, M7 and M15. That will also give me same, because same midterms we have in this both. So now you see that whichever used for mapping, you are going to tick that, and whichever it is not used for mapping, you are going to take that as a essential prime implicant. Now M2, M3 was used for matching, so M2, M3 will be ticked. M2, M6 is again used for mapping, so it will be ticked. Now M2, M10 is not used for mapping, so it will not be ticked. M3, M7, yes, it was used. M5, M7, M5, M7, yes, it was used. See, M5, M7, it is used here. M6, M7, yes, it is used in the first matched pair itself. M5 and M13, yes, it is used here, M5 and M13. M9 and M13, M9 and M13 is not used, so I am not going to tick that. M12, M13, M12 is not there in any of this midterm, therefore M12, M13 is also not used for matching. M7 and M15, yes, it is there, M7 and M15. Similarly, M13 and M15 is also there, so I will tick that. Now therefore, we got, this is the second essential prime implicant, this is third essential prime implicant, fourth essential prime implicant, and this is fifth essential prime implicant, because further you can match it, and this is my sixth essential prime implicant. So if I see what is the expression for first essential prime implicant is A bar, B bar, D bar, A bar, B bar, D bar. For second essential prime implicant it is B bar, C, D bar. See, 0 says bar, 1 says it is without bar. So dash says it is eliminated. So this is A, B, C, D. A is eliminated. 0 is B bar, C, D bar. Third essential prime implicant is A, B is eliminated, C bar, D. Fourth is A, B, C bar. Similarly, fifth is A bar, C, and sixth is B and D. Okay. These are the essential prime implicants. Now we'll go with writing the last step with essential prime implicants table. So that is what we have, step 5. Step 5, writing the table with essential prime implicants. So that is what I'll do. Essential prime implicants. Then I have midterms involved for this essential prime implicants. Then I will have the midterms which are given in the question without don't care. So now this is where the important step where you have don't care. So we don't consider don't care now. We will only consider those midterms which are not present in don't care. So it is 0, 3, 5, 6, 7, 10, 12, 13. Okay.
So we'll put a box here so that when I write cross and all, you don't get confused. Okay. Now the first essential prime implicant was A bar, B bar, D bar. So you can go and see that. The first prime implicant was A bar, B bar, D bar. Then it is B bar, C, D bar. The next is B bar, C, D bar. The next one is A, C bar, D. A, C bar, D. Then A, B, C bar. A, B, C bar. Then we have A bar, C, last two, and BD. And BD. So I'll put a separate lines here so that we can differentiate different terms. Okay, now what was the min terms involved in A bar, B bar, D bar? If you go back and see, the min terms which are involved here is M0 and M2. So I'll just write that. So I'll just write min terms for everything now. So it is 0, 2, M0 and M2. Similarly, we have 2, 10 for B bar, C, D bar. Then for A, C bar, D, we have 9, 13. Then we have for this it is 12, 13. Then we have 2, 3, 6, 7 for this. And we have 5, 7, 13 and 15. Okay, this is what we have min terms involved to get this essential prime implicants. Now I need to put a cross. I need to put a cross for all those min terms present here. So 0 is there. 2 anyway it is not there because it is don't care. So let us not bother about that. Now we have 2, 10. So 2 again we need not to bother. 10 is there. So 10 will put a cross mark. 9, 13. Anyway 9 is don't care. So we will not bother, but we will cross for 13. 12, 13. So we have both. So 12, 13. Then we have 2, 3, 6, 7. So 2 is need not to bother, but 3, 6 and 7. Then we have 5, 7, 13 and 15 is don't care. So you need not to bother about 15. Okay. Now our job is to put a circle for those columns which has only one cross mark. Okay, that is my next job. So here I'll put a circle. So therefore I'll put a circle for this. I'll put a circle for this, which is again single, and again this is single, and again this is single in this column, again this is single in this column. Okay, all others are, we have 2 cross and we have 3 cross here, so they don't get they don't get a circle. Only those columns which has a single cross will have a circle. Now coming to the first cross, so I'll go vertical, horizontal and vertical. So this is horizontal I will go and vertical I will go. So it has not missed any crosses, therefore I will take only this. Therefore I got in expression, I got F equals first term whatever I got in the expression is A bar, B bar, D bar. Because of that single cross I got A bar, B bar, D bar. Now coming to next cross, which is this, I'll put an horizontal and vertical line for that. Okay, and put a line here, and this cross is again meeting this cross. So therefore this will be ticked, this will be ticked, and this will be ticked, because this cross will tick this. So therefore this will give me A bar C in this expression. This will give me A bar C. So therefore plus A bar C.
then this is added with. Now the next single cross that we have, which has been circled, is this. Therefore I will go vertically in this direction, and horizontal and vertical in this direction. Therefore this will be ticked, and you see this is meeting all this cross, therefore this will be ticked. So now in my expression this BD will also come. Okay, so therefore plus BD. Now the next cross which I have is this cross. Okay, this cross. Therefore I will go with vertical and then horizontal. So it is not meeting any cross, therefore I will tick this, only ticking that because it is not meeting any other cross. Therefore I will write in my expression now, I will consider this now, which is B bar C D bar. B bar C D bar. Now finally I have this cross. Okay, finally I have this cross. So I'll go vertical and horizontal both. So I'll be tick this. Now I'll be considering this one, which is ABC bar. Now if you see all crosses in the table, every one are been matched either vertical or horizontal. You can see every one are been matched. Therefore further looking into the cross is not required. So therefore the final reduced expression has eliminated this particular essential prime implicant. Okay, this is the benefit of having this step 5. Okay, this is the benefit of having this step 5, to see through that further elimination is possible. And you see that A, C bar D in this particular expression is eliminated. Okay, now let us look into this problem. Again we use Quine-Mikulski method to solve this, or the tabular method we call it as, to solve this. So let us go with step 1. So step 1 is writing all the binary equivalent values for both minterms and don't care conditions. So we have 6, we have 7, 8, then we have 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 and 15. So if you write the binary values for all this, 6 is 0, 1, 1, 0, 7 is 0, 1, 1, 1, 8 is 1, 0, 0, 0, 9 is 1, 0, 0, 1, 10 is 1, 0, 1, 0, 11 is 1, 0, 1, 1, 12 is 1, 1, 0, 0, 13 is 1, 1, 0, 1, 14 is 1, 1, 1, 0, 15 is all ones. This is the step 1. Coming to step 2. So step 2 is what? Step 2 is grouping all these binary values into in such a group where the number of ones it differs. Okay, so therefore in step 2, so I'll say group, and then I'll say minterms, and then I'll say ABCD. Okay, coming to group 0. So I don't have 0 here, so I'll see 1 bit sequence differs here. So only 1 bit 1 in the binary sequence. So I have only M8 here, which is having 1, 0, 0, 0. So that is group 0. Coming to group 1, we'll see 2 bit sequences. So here we have M6, M9, then we have M10, and then M12. So what is M6? 0, 1, 1, 0, 2 bits ones. 9 is again 1, 0, 0, 1, again you have 2 ones here. 10 is 1, 0, 1, 0, again 2 ones you have. 12 is 1, 1, 0, 0, again you have 2 ones here. Coming to next group, which is second group, where you see 3 bit sequences. So we have M7, Then we have M11, M13 and M14. M11, M13 and then M14. So M7 is 0, 1, 1, 1. M11 is 1, 0, 1, 1. And M13 is 1, 1, 0, 1. And M14 is 1, 1, 1, 0. Okay. Then we have next group. So which is the final group, which is nothing but the third group is which has M15 only, which has all ones. Okay, so this is the step 2. Now step 3 is having a matched pair table. Okay, so I'll write group matched pairs and then ABCD. So the box table. Okay, so group 0. So group 0 will have which comparison? M8 and M9. So therefore I have M8 comma M9. So which is nothing but 1 0 0 dash. Then I have M8 and M10. M8 and M10 which will have 1 0 dash 0. So similarly I have M8 and M12 which will have 1 dash 0 0. And I hope this is the end of group 0. So now group 1 will have M6, M7, then you have M6, M14. So M6, M7 will have 0, 1, 1 dash, M6, M14 will have dash 1, 1, 0. Then group 1 we have again M9 and M11. Then you have M9 and M13. Then you have M10 and M11. So M9 and M11 will have 1 0 dash 1. You can compare it and see the match pairs. Okay, I'm just writing it fast so that I solve it in low time, minimum time. So I have M10 and M11 and M10 and M14. Then I have M12, M13. Then I will also have M12 and M14. So here we get M10 and M14 as 1-10, M12 and M13 as 110 dash, and then M12 and M14 we get 11-0. Okay, so now again the next group is group 3, where comparison between group 2 and group 3 in the previous table, step 2 table. So here we'll have group 2. So therefore now M7 and M15 is the first comparison you get, and then again M11 and M15, M13 and M15, and finally M14 and M15 is the minterms which gets matched. Okay, these are the minterms which get matched, and binary sequence that you get here is for M7 and M15 you get dash 1 1 1. This is 1 dash 1 1, 1 1 dash 1, and all triple ones dash. So here now you need to tick for all those minterms which you have grouped used for matched. So M8 was used, so tick it. M6 is again used, M9 is again used, M10 is used, M12 is used, M7 is used, M11 is used, 13 is used, 14 is used, 15 is used. So you don't have any essential primary implicants in the first table. Now go to the next step, which is step 4. Again in step 4, we form a table which will work on this mapping. Okay, which will work on this mapping. So therefore, what will I get here is group matched pairs, then ABCD. Okay, group 0 now. You will have M8, M9, M10, M11. M8, M9, M10, M11, which is 1 0 dash dash. Similarly, M8, M9, M12, M13, which is 1 dash 0 dash. Again M8, M10, M9 and M11. So what will I get? I'll get 1 0 dash dash. Then we'll have M8, M10, M12, M14. So what will we get? We get 1 dash dash 0. Then I have M8, M12, M9, M13. So I'll get 1 dash 0 dash. Then finally I'll have M8, M12, M10, M14. So this I'll get 1 dash dash 0. So if you observe this and this, 1 dash 0 dash is this and 1 dash dash 0 is this. These all are same. So similarly group 1 will have M6, M7, M14 and M15, which is dash 1 1 dash. Then you will have M6, M14, M7, M15. Again you will have dash 1 1 dash. Then you will have M9, then M13, M11 and M15. So here you will have 1 dash dash 1. Then you have M9, then M11, M13, M15. So this will also get 1 dash dash 1. Then you have M10, M11, M14, M15. This will again have 1 dash 1 dash. Then we have M10, M14 and M11, M15. So this will have 1 dash 1 dash again. Then you will have M12, comma M13, M14 and M15. So this will give me 1 1 dash dash. Then finally I have M12, M14, M13, M15. This will give me again 1 1 dash dash. So these are the groups that I have got or I have formed by looking into this table in step 3. Now I hope when you try to take all the matched pairs, I hope M8 and M19 was used, M8 and M10 is used, M8 and M12 is used, M6, M7, M6, M14, M9, M11, M9, M13, M10, M11, M10, M14, M12, M13, M12, M14, all are used actually, all are used for grouping. So therefore we don't have any essential prime applicants in this table. Now go to the next step, step 5. So next step is step 5. Again, step 5 is what? Again, repeat the same step what we did in step 3 and step 4. So again you will have group Again, we'll have matched pairs, then A, B, C, D. So let me put a table for this again. So group 0. So what is group 0? You will have matched pairs M8, M9. So M8, M9, M10, M11 matches with 12, 13, 14, 15, M12, M13, M14 and M15. So therefore you can say this is one triple dash. So this M8, M9, M10, 11, M12, 13, 14, 15 is been matched. It will not match with any other terms here. The next match is M8, M9, M12, M13 will be matched with M10, M11, M10, M11, M14, M15, M14 and M15. Therefore again we will get one triple dash. So therefore here M8, M9 this is matched with M10, M11, M14, M15, this one. So similarly you can see M8, M10, M9, M11 will also be matched with all these terms, okay, with this term. So 9. Similarly the next match is what? M8, M10, M12, M14 will be matched with M9, M11, 13, 15. So now also you get one triple dash because all has the same minterms if you see. Therefore this all will be matched. This M9, M13, M11, 15 will be matched. M12, M14 is matched. Where M8, M10, M12, M14 will be matched. Similarly M8, M12, M9 this will also be matched. Only this M6, M7 is the one which will be not matched with any pair. So this becomes an essential first essential prime implicant. And this is all these are same. Therefore this becomes second essential prime implicant. So the expression for this is BC because BC has 1 1 and this is A. The expression for this is A. Now what we'll do, the next step is we'll form a table for essential prime implicants. So therefore step 6 is to form a table for essential prime implicants. Then we will have minterms involved, which are the minterms which have been involved, and we'll mark only those minterms which is not present in the don't care. So which is not there in the don't care. So if you see the question, we'll come to know. So in the question we'll see which are the minterms. 6, 7, 8, 9 are the only minterms which should be considered and eliminate the don't care terms. So therefore here 6, 7, 8 and 9. So therefore so I'll put the essential prime implicants. We had BC and A. So we have BC. So we have BC and we have A. So we got A because of the prime implicant, the minterms M8, M9, M12, M13, M10, M11, M14 and M15. This is for A. Whereas we got BC for M6, M7, M14, M15. M6, M7, M14, M15. M6, M7, M14, sorry, M7, M6, M7, M14, M15. Okay, so now what we'll do is we'll mark all the min terms which are been involved. So we have 6 and 7 here. So we'll cross for 6, 7. 14 and 15 need not to bother because it is don't care. Similarly here 8 and 9 is there. 8 and 9, all others are don't care. So you need not to bother about don't care. Now what my job is to circle those crosses which are alone in the column. So we have this cross, this cross, this cross and this cross. Now what I'll do, I'll take the first cross and I'll go vertical, horizontal. See this also there. Therefore this and this are ticked. So therefore the first expression that I get here is BC. So therefore F equals, F equals BC plus. Now again, this is the cross which you need to consider. So go horizontal, vertical. This will also now come. So this and this will be ticked. So I can see that all 6, 7, 8, 9 are all ticked here. Therefore, I will also take A into consideration. Therefore, in my expression, F equals BC plus A is what the final expression that we get. Okay. Now, same thing if we try to do using K-map, we'll see that using K-map, let us see whether we will arrive this expression. I'll just draw the K-map. This is just to cross check whether the expression what you got is correct or wrong. So AB, CD, 0, 0, 0, 1, 1, 1, 1, 0, 0, 0, 0, 1, 1, 1, 1, 0. Now this is 0, 1, 3, 2. Then you have 4, 5, 7, 6. Then you have 8, 9, 11, 10. Then you have 12, 13, 15, 14. So in the question, we have 6, 7, 8, 9 is 1. Whereas you will have 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 is all don't care. All these are don't care. So we can group ones with don't care. Therefore, you can see that this is one group which you have where ones can be grouped with don't care. Now these two ones will group with this don't care. Okay. Therefore, F will be equal to, if you take this complete 8-bit grouping whatever I have done here, all this CD will get cancelled because all these 4-bit sequences will cancel CD. Whereas vertically, if you see this bit sequences, horizontal bit sequences, 1 1 and 1 0. 1 0 is for B, so B gets cancelled, so you will be left out with only A. Plus, now with this 4-bit sequence which is grouped, horizontal you see these are the two sequence, vertical you see this two sequence. Now in this two you have 0 and 1 for A, so A gets eliminated. 1 and 1 is for B, therefore B. And with these two sequences you see this 1 1 is for C and 1 and 0 for D, so D gets eliminated, so you are left out with C. So this is the expression. So this and this are equal. Therefore using K-map also you got the same expression. Using Quine-Mikulski method also you got the same expression. This clarifies that the problem or the method which we have used and whatever the reductions that we did using Quine-Mikulski method is right. Okay, this is how you can cross verify whether you have done correct or wrong by using K-map also. Fine. Thank you. So I have explained 3 problems using Mikulski method. So if you want to learn this, repeat the video again and again. See the steps that I have explained every time. Pause it, learn it and play it so you can do that exercise. Somehow learning is what which is very important. So if you like my videos, please do share it. Please do comment in the comment line if you like it. So please comment, please appreciate and please give some suggestions so that we can improve a bit more in explanation or in any method that we use. Thank you.